So for our second set, we have on the stage here, he is going to go up against Ty out of Pennsylvania, the Brian player.
Another one of the new players come out of Tekken 7, but a little bit more established before the pandemic, and he was really coming into his own right at the start of it. Started in Tekken 7 Raw, and used to pick Brian for his favorite character, but then he was like, you know, it's hard to play this guy in tournament, kind of struggled, character crisis, went to Marduk. Marduk, a little bit, not easy to play, but a little bit easier than Brian for sure, especially to get big damage. And then he finally, like, kind of plateaued with the character, like, you know what? I'm going back to Brian. Believing in my character, I'm going back to Brian.
I feel like that's I don't have a lot of evidence for it. I feel like that's the common story for Brian players that pick Brian as their first character in Tekken, because Brian is so weird in a Tekken sense.
Yeah.
He's really lumbering. He's kind of slow. He's kind of weird. He gets mashed on a lot, like, especially in low levels.
Tank.
Yeah.
That he needs to counter hit you, but he does it with extremely slow moves.
And
so how do you prevent yourself from getting counter hit?
So it's like you got to understand the nuance of Tekken a little bit more before you play Brian. So like you said, he kind of played Brian early on. Marduk came out. He played that. He kind of got a better understanding of the game of Tekken, and then came back to Brian using all that knowledge that he got, and then his Brian got way better from playing Marduk.
And then I always say this about Brian players, that if a Brian main really sticks with Brian, perseveres, goes through all the growing pains, and really commits to playing a true, solid style, they end up becoming extremely good. I mean, look at the list of all the really great Brian players. They're all not just really good, they're like really, really good. Jimmy J. Tran, AccuMajor, obviously the biggest example is Knee, and Ty himself, Incognito. Like, persevering with Brian just ends up resulting in like you having extremely strong Tekken knowledge and fundamentals.
Yeah, and it's interesting seeing here, like I said, like one of the stories of tonight is going to be like how each of these four players approaches the Anakin and the Jack matchup. And on paper, you would think maybe Brian beats up Jack because, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know, jet upper launches down forward 2. But then it's like, whoa, I don't have to worry about down forward 2s if they hit.
Speaking of down forward 2.
I don't have to worry about these down forward 2s if they hit. So
yeah, I mean, like, you know, it's just the timing. Yeah, like, I don't care if you can punish it. I just care that I land.
Yeah, if you never block it, I don't care. So it's like,
you'd never be discouraged, especially Anakin, someone not getting discouraged. And this is a match we've seen many times before, especially in the offline tournaments. Obviously, the most famous example is Jimmy J. Tran versus Anakin, who, towards the later end of like the 2019 of Tekken, Anakin started to get a lot of victories versus Jimmy.
Yeah. So if anything, like I would just say this is a skill matchup.
Definitely. Ooh, the touch-head upper in the very first round.
He showed it.
My goodness.
He showed it, and then Anakin, that's gonna be. He
showed it. That's gonna be a head nodder.
Round Ron is like, okay, you can do this. Okay, I gotta respect
it. All right. But yeah, Anakin, like you were saying, just has a lot of experience in this matchup. So if for Ty to overcome Anakin here, when Jimmy couldn't many times, even though those were the first 2 sets, that's truly a statement. Truly a statement. He can do it. Absolutely.
I will say, I believe Anakin has the winning record. It's not super lopsided, but
yeah. At least in recent memory. Okay, okay. Oh my God! Just do it. Just do it. I mean,
he's not gonna be dead here.
Actually, he has like no health left. Who knows?
Heroic here? We got $1 on it.
Maybe.
No, he's dead.
Health insurance? Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead. No. Once it gets past like the first bubble on the rounds, they're usually dead.
He did not reach his deductible. He did not reach his deductible. Oh my God, the poking again, and that's kind of been the telltale story of Jack versus Brian. You know, Jack can really pressure the crap out of Brian, and there's not much Brian can really do about it. Like you said, he gets mashed on, he gets pressured, and Brian players just kind of have to learn to deal with it.
Yeah, it's like you know, like you can. The meta becomes like, okay, I could try to orbital down back 1, but if he does standing 2, I get floated. It's like,
oh well, then now
there's so much risk reward considerations in what options you decide to use.
And normally orbital is like kind of evasive, and then like, you know, it's safe on blocks. So Brian players are not usually used to it being, you know, launch punchable, so to speak. But Jack's big arms kind of make that an issue.
Yeah. One thing about Ty that we haven't talked about here is that he's definitely a Brian nerd. So
100%.
He will definitely go for max damage whenever he can. He's always looking for new ways to increase the damage potential out of his combos. So you saw right there, he did low parry to down back 1. Did the sidestep right into double knees.
And the man has got great execution. He's done all the hard Brian stuff. And, you know, that comes from just playing I mean, he plays a lot of characters, but, like, focusing on one character for such a long time. But the first game here, going to you know, Anakin here, and we're going immediately to a stage switch.
Interesting. What does he want here?
That was not necessarily a bad
Oh, he wants to, okay. This is the stage that he usually goes to.
Okay.
I've watched a lot of Ty in ICFC, in other local online tournaments, and usually, this is his stage of choice.
This is definitely not a bad stage for Brian. The first area is very close. There's a lot of easy way to get to the walls. There's a breakable wall, and there's a breakable wall on the bottom as well. So there's a lot of ways for Brian to utilize walls without it being like a super small stage.
Yeah, a lot of damage potential here for Brian, but you know, like smaller stage, especially up top, kind of favors Jack
as well. Yes, for sure. It could be a double-edged sword. Because that pressure against the wall with Jack is so strong, and Brian not really one for panic defensive options.
He's got a decent standing 4.
Decent standing. Oh my god, the legs. One
throw, switch sides.
Okay.
Jack one throw, one of those generic throws where it's like you break it, I switch sides. If you don't break it, I still switch sides.
Nice. Speaking of all those lows, Ty has been the type, as long as I've known him, to not really be much of a low block. He's more of an orbital kind of guy.
He's an orbital or he's a low parrier.
Right. He's never the I'm going to commit to duck, because he's not really a risky kind of player. He kind of started playing Tekken like with a guide, basically. He knew how to play it fundamentally from the start.
Did he hit the taunt? Wow, he got hit with the charger?
The whole thing?
I'm surprised there's no guarantee.
Nice.
Another low parry right there.
We
were just talking about it.
I mean, why not, right? The reward is going to be much higher than just getting that wall standing 4 on down back 1.
Yeah, and then the taunt into 4-3. I think that was a Season 3 change where they finally made 4-3 natural combo.
Yeah, I think it's Season 3 change, yes. 2 rounds straight here for Ty, and the wall has been in definitely a factor in both.
Counter hit! Goes for the big combo.
Always the big combo.
We're doing
but still too far.
There's a slightly harder combo that Ty knows that he didn't want to go for there.
Ooh. No, I think he wasn't confident in the whip punish. There's punish, though, speaking of which. Now, for no jet upper, though. It's a little bit hard to react to, not going to lie.
Yeah, and maybe like there's like weird distances where it's like, especially if you hit at the tip. I mean, like, I don't know if you were on Twitter this week, people complaining about hitting blocking Negan power crush at the very tip and it's -14 instead of 15.
Yeah, I mean for those of home who don't know, you know, the how
active
frame
frames
data works in this game is that there are certain moves in this game that are active for longer
multiple
than
frames.
Yeah, and thus the frame data will change, either go up 1 or down 1,
so
etc.
let's say if a move has 3 active frames and it hits on the first frame and it's -15, if it hits on the second frame, it'll be 14 and 13
and so on and so forth. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah,
you know.
it makes sense, but you just don't think about it in the moment.
Yeah, it can be very frustrating, of course, though.
In the moment.
Yeah, especially if it's like, you know, it becomes launch punchable to going to like not so launch punchable. Yeah. But that's Tekken for you, you know?
Yeah, it's a Tekken thing.
You get rewarded for properly spacing out your moves. Okay.
Ooh,
nice. He
baited
baited with the taunt, showing the taunt, go right into the low parry. Think about defense option.
That was actually really interesting, though, because like you can see how much of maybe a lab person Ty is, because he low parried, and the first thing that he auto-piloted was sidestep right double knees, even though he was against the wall.
Right. Going over some maximum stuff, even though in this situation you don't really need to
that would have not have been the choice, yeah.
It's always so weird that tiny corner is not a wall break. It's so weird. Oh, the big one. Here's a blue one. Hey, I like that. I like that. Let me show you mine.
Blue for blue?
I got one of those too. Mine's a low. There's also a better version of Law's range dive. Okay, gotta get him right to the wall here.
Clean wall splat.
Double hand.
No, double hands whiffed. That wall is not a true like 90-degree corner.
It's not flat. It's not flat.
It's like Mishima Dojo. It's not a true 90-degree corner, so you get some weird stuff to happen sometimes.
Curse you, angled walls. Oh my god, he's been going really crazy with that windmill button. Yeah. The wind-up punch, rather. Okay, boom, boom, boom. That blast hit that so much.
Trying to
huge read on the crouch throw. This is gonna be big. This could be really big.
The wall's close. Yeah, gotta.
No rage drive. Oh, rage drive. Okay, gonna go. Oh, backwards though. Maybe because Jack is big.
Messed up the kickoff.
Trying to catch him. Yeah. I know that does happen for sure with bears, with the kind of the way their hitboxes, where they're so big, you could pass through them, especially at a slightly angled like that.
Yeah, I think all the big characters are like that to a degree. Bears are the worst offender.
Oh my goodness, tell me about it. Switch sides for free. Oh, man, go right to the line. I think he knew you tried to jet up or something. Cossack kicks. Well, he's doing such strange decisions, and it's throwing Ty off. Again, such strange decisions.
Didn't know how to punish it.
He's working on a near perfect. Oh, just failed it.
Oh,
he had it, but I don't think he was confident. He didn't expect it.
Yeah. Think of it like,
oh my goodness, he's just trying to do anything.
Thing with Brian down back 1, when he whiffs down back 1, he is still standing.
Right.
So you can actually hit him with any standing thing like jet upper.
Yes.
But Ty's still not quite ready to punish these errant whiffs. But 2-1, we didn't mention it when he got the first one, but that first win, he gets a grant.
$50.
He gets a grant in his pocket right now.
Yeah. You know. The president after Lincoln. There you go.
We don't really we don't really have that song all about the grants. It's just all about the Benjamins. So
Well, yeah, half of it.
Yeah.
It's like kind of there. It's still, I would still take money. Oh wow, just barely.
Yeah.
That was so weird. He like grabbed his head, but didn't count because he wasn't close enough.
yeah, Ty's just like maybe like a half step too slow on these whip punishes.
Sometimes, you know, Tekken is very specific about its hitboxes. They're more like hit spheres than anything, but sometimes they're just weird.
Breaks the throw.
Okay.
Tombstone 2 times.
Low soccer. Oh, the counter at forward 3.
Goes for the big damage,
big
too.
kneecap. Brian is cyborg, that is, and he's wearing a knee pad. Just show. Probably did not break his knee against Jack's metal face.
Ooh, the Megaton.
Megaton punch. You know what's crazy? They have not broken the wall once.
Still no jet uppers. Just
Ooh,
one time.
Just barely. And that's so crazy because usually when something just barely whiffs, it's usually kind of hard to react to whiff punish because you usually expect it to hit. Okay. 4-3 again. Nice the knock kick to go around the down back 1. Cancel baited as well.
Nice
Gonna get
whiff
the
punish.
Doesn't need the QCB4. Going for the easy ender. I don't need it. I'm in range.
Yeah.
I can do it.
Yeah, on most ranges on that, you usually get a free low. So and he knew that would do enough damage. But speaking of damage, that wall combo from Anakin.
Ooh.
Punish.
Side.
No, doesn't roll back, so he gets a free kickoff, blocking the hatchet.
Okay. All right. Some spacing here. Anakin. Oh, the
down
classic.
forward 2. Like,
Classic. That is textbook Jack right there.
he is doing these down forward 2s as if he is not scared of even the possibility of getting blocked and launched, because the ones that Ty has blocked so far have not gotten launched.
No, and like, you know, it is such a move with a short block window. Like, the animation is not very long. And it's, you know, to do jet upper, it is a perfect punish. It's 14 frames on 14 frames.
Yes.
So even though, yes, it's possible, it might not happen all the time. It's definitely something to be difficult to be ready for.
Breaks the tombstone again.
Okay.
Trying to go for throw again.
Gonna
and he got
mash?
beat
Yep,
out.
gonna mash. Only +1 there. Ooh, double biceps. Check out these muscles.
Only got floated and spiked.
Anakin again, kind of backing up, trying to not really give Ty too much to work with.
Oh,
no!
no!
Just,
But
just a little bit too short.
We get a makeup.
Maybe by a pixel. Whew. Rage.
Right, Rage here. He gets a launch.
One
Should be
launch
death.
from either. I've seen this situation so many times. Brian low on health. Jack sitting pretty with health. Just one launch to
Spins
block
it.
Rage drive.
Tried to mash
7
on him.
seconds. He's got to do something. Oh, he whiffed that punch from all the different full screen. Because by the time he whiffed it, he was already running at him. Okay. Ooh, I forgot that was even a thing.
Shit.
Okay. Try to catch him. Volcano Buster
throw.
broken. Ty very good at his throw breaks.
Yes,
for sure.
I don't think he's gotten one so far.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Well, I think one Volcano Buster.
Yeah.
Just one.
Compared to B-Ridge, where he was eating a lot of the Volcano Busters.
Low parry,
Nice,
nice.
low parry.
But he's gonna. I think he is gonna reach the wall. No,
Just short.
Just short.
He thought the...
Just try. He hasn't landed one of those wall bounces either. Really difficult to. He's not really been getting much whip punches on Anakin. You know, it's been a lot of just pure counter hits, and when so much of your game is revolved around counter hits and low parries, not a lot of opportunities for damage. And time just passes, and that's a lot of damage he can make up. He needs this really bad. He needs this so bad.
No.
Oh no, he didn't get
I respect it. I respect the attempt.
just too far for the taunt.
Trying to count 6 hits.
There was a lot of hits in that combo.
Yeah, before the wall break.
There was a lot of
Maybe
hits in that combo.
sidestep 1 into something else. He could have got a clean wall splat, but I'm not the Brian player sitting on the stage right now.
Maybe
so.
could have ended with a QCB4. Just go for Oki. Maybe. He had to do something that hits low to the ground anyways. Yeah. Oh my goodness. The keep out down 4-2 is the classic. This ain't long line. You can't complain about no dash blocking. But there's a low parry. He's been so many of those, but he hasn't been able to keep him at the wall, you know. He's getting him to the wall, but Anakin has been able to get out many times. Oh, but that'll do it. But not much. Not much reward there.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, the slight spacing.
Just the weird angle on the wall. Like, even though Anakin has his back to the wall, it's
Ooh,
not
the orb, he's dead.
It's not flat on the wall.
Right.
So a lot of these situations when he tech rolls, he still has the space to maybe like backdash the
one
taunt.
sidestep, like one tech roll then sidestep at the same time is just gonna get him out.
Yeah, or one backdash against the wall. Even though the wall is there, because it's not like completely flat against the wall, he has room to backdash the taunt.
And it's surprising how much that. Oh, there's a whiff punish finally. Okay. Oh, just perfect this. more maybe?
He's not forcing the fast slump. So
Right.
Anakin, when you have the slow slump on the wall like that, you have way more room to choose when you want to tech roll. So that messes with the Brian's taunt timing.
And Anakin, he's gonna, yep, you're gonna
Trade.
get a float here. Yep.
Yes.
Only possible on the trade there. Okay, wow, just run straight at him. I don't think a Ray Drive has landed. Oh, no. He's getting a lot of these sidesteps whiffs, but I don't think he's ready for them. I don't think he believes that they're going to work.
Yeah.
And ironically, the ones that have been like committed to jet uppers have been whiffing. Maybe go for something else. Maybe sidestep, bid or something.
Maybe more forward 4-1?
Possibly anything, because he's not been getting the reward that he needs. Oh no.
Yeah, low parry.
Yikes. Yeah, the timing change, a slight like millisecond change on the timing. Doesn't
Running
get
wild.
Low parried. Oh, wait, it's just a story. Oh, there it is finally.
Can he die here?
He needs this. He needs this so bad. I don't think he's gonna reach the wall. Yeah, he's too far.
Not dead yet, but the dash up
one mix-up is gonna catch him. Oh no, it's been kind of running away with Anakin, really, of these past 2 games. It's been a very similar story. Oh wow, he gets his own side splat. I think they broke the wall once, and they were barely down there. Low parry.
Boom, boom.
How can someone get so many low parries but like not
Win rounds?
Yeah.
Yeah, win games? Yeah.
Like, we say so much how low parry is basically like a death sentence sometimes, but it really hasn't been the case for Anakin. Like you said, because of the wall splat angles have been not really friendly. Might be time to go to a different stage. Maybe get some flat walls. Okay.
It's just another example of Anakin being like, hey, you wanted this stage? It's fine. I'll beat you here.
He's dead. Wow. Oh, too far, probably. Cosmic kicks. But again, another low parry. How much do you want? It's just not going to be enough. But I believe, but still, like, he's going to stay down. Yep. Oh, there we go.
Nice
Keep
read.
4. Get him, make him get up.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
there we go.
All right, all right.
I like it. Don't depend so much on the big hits. Just hit him. He needs his raw hits in there. He can't depend entirely on the counter hits or whiff punishes.
The down forward 2 going under the 1-2.
We've got like a 70% hit ratio on that down 4-2 right now.
Yeah,
High success rate for sure.
You ain't gonna jet upper if you don't block him, right?
What are you gonna do about it?
Okay. Kickoff.
Oh man, and he works so hard for that last round win, and
And then Anakin just like, okay, last round, whatever.
Oh my god.
All right, 4-1 right now.
Okay.
Stage select.
Okay.
What are we doing here?
He's okay. No, he's on the other side. I was gonna say maybe he can hear us. Flat, infinite, or flat? Flat or infinite? Dragon Slash, Soup, the Jamie J special, G Corp.
I mean, I can't see Ty from here. I don't know if he's wearing those Astro A40 TRs that we have provided on the stream setup.
And they are providing all of our audio tour equipment because they are awesome as well with the Astro C40 headsets as well.
The main
A40
sound,
headsets rather.
yeah, the main sound provider of ECT.
Yes.
Shout outs to them.
Always bring in the good quality to the FGC in general, not just here at ECT. Always
Yeah,
been
yeah.
big see helping us out wherever we may be because FGC is grassroots.
We're going to G Corp Helipad Daytime.
Another Jimmy special, kind of. Sometimes he picks this.
Jimmy goes tonight, I think. But
I bet Jimmy
kinda,
knows some nerd reason why.
No, I kind of like Daytime because at least the beginning has that kind of like jazzy intro.
One of the few songs I like in Tekken 7
And then it goes into the boom, boom, boom.
but like,
Nice! We got one!
No!
All right, all right. But we're building.
Okay.
We're building on it. We got the launch. We didn't get the combo, but we got the launch here.
It's kind of like teaching someone to play Tekken. It's like, all right, you got the low block, now you got to punish it. All right, now you got the launch, now you got a combo.
He's in the corner.
This is so, and it's a breakable wall too. This is so bad.
Oh, no,
the
he got the
big
crouch
read!
down.
I have not seen that in forever.
Oh, he tried to do that on B Rich and it didn't work. He tried to go for it again.
I am landing this tonight. That's what Anakin said.
Yeah,
I
it's
am
like-
gonna land this.
And like on paper, like on first glance, it feels like a flex. But honestly, like you go up on somebody, like you've hit them with like 3-4 full crouch down back ones. Like what are they gonna do? They're gonna duck. So why not go for the crouch throw?
Yeah, why not? I mean, like it does a lot of damage, and it's certainly not a slower mid. So why not? Also, there's some mental damage as well.
Yeah.
For sure. It's like
He's
dead.
down for 2.
Rage art. No. Oh, there, Rage art. It's like
Oh, just the extra, just in case. 1 round
Ty
away.
is a smart guy, you know. He has to know. I've been running these down for 2s. I should probably dash block. It's just the timing. He does. It's so precise. It's so precise. Again. How many times? I feel like it's a slight pushback of Jack's like armpit. Honestly, it's so specific.
Nah, bro. Internet told me Jet Upper owns
Again,
up Jack.
oh no. My
Internet told me Jet Upper owns up Jack, dude.
Oh,
Internet's never wrong.
Don't believe everything you hear on the internet, kids. Piece of your
No
research.
combo. He could have killed, but he still got the top.
I hope that the drop combos are not bothering him. Ty has improved in his mental fortitude over the years, so he definitely doesn't let things tilt him anymore, but, you know, that can definitely get frustrating.
Nice.
Finally. But he's at an off axis. He's not
But
gonna
he got a good combo for off axis.
Good. He did. Oh, he got a blow or get a kick or something. Okay, gonna carry to short. Yep, that last is gonna whiff.
It took
incognito.
It took from the
He's not
beyond
dead.
set point for him to wake up. All right, 2 rounds in a row for Ty.
I'm gonna start giving Tom my own grants if he takes us all the way to the last game, but I don't want to say anything just yet.
Oh, run up down for.
Oh, so you're not running into them anymore, right? I'll just make you run. Into them.
I'll run up them into you.
In Soviet Russia, down for two run into you.
Runs into you, yeah.
And he is Russian. Jack is technically Russian by nationality.
Double
This
down
is
back.
bad. This is bad.
Double back twos. No.
He was in his Stylone, but don't disrespect Ty.
Orbital?
He can still do it. Oh, that big whip. That's going to be that. A valiant effort nonetheless, but Anakin, UYU Red Bulls Anakin is going to take away 5-1 versus Ty. But $50 for Ty.
$50 for
$50.
Ty.
$50.
$200 for Anakin right there. But we saw right there, you know, like, even though on paper people are like, well, down forward 2 gets launched by Jet Upper, how many times did we really see that come into play? One time.
One time.
One time it got launched.
You got to be thinking of the practicality of situations. Like people say things about Lars, like, oh, he's got a 14-frame launcher. That's really good. Yeah, but that's an easy input to mess up, especially you got to do it in the moment.
And if you do it too late,
You're
it gets
getting launched.
blocked.
You're
you
in
get
the air.
launched. And then you saw him try to sidestep the jackhammer and try to jet upper because of the hurt box on Jack
Yeah,
when he's
like
coming
literally,
down like
it's
this.
like going right between his armpit.
Yeah.
Like literally, and Tekken, like you said, is so specific.
Yeah, and that's why I said at the beginning, like that. Brian versus Jack, like on paper, you think maybe it favors Brian because of these little obvious things, but really, it's a big skill matchup. And Anakin, we said before, he's played a lot of great Brians throughout the country,
The best in
throughout
the world.
He's
Knee,
played
Jimmy.
He's played previous characters before. It's like he knows how to deal with the Brian matchup. And 5-1 against Ty. Ty gets that one game. He looked relatively strong. Like he looked honestly pretty strong throughout those games. Throughout those games too, but it's like Tekken is that game. Like you got to get those 3 bubbles to get those games, and he just couldn't close out those certain games.
It was really like at some point, probably the third, fourth game, it clicked. Like, oh, I know what to do. You know, and then from that point, Ty was at a struggle because Anakin would just poke him to death and then just sit back and the amazing down for 2 times. And then the unfortunateness of those sidestep jet uppers just.
Yeah, those were the heartbreakers, right?
That's like saying, you know, the bug where like if you do a high and try to do a down forward move, you get
and it comes out as full crouch.
That's
move.
like that's why okay, instead of doing sidestep down forward, you should probably do sidestep hop kick just so that doesn't happen.
Yeah, but Brian doesn't have a hop kick. He has an
I
orbital,
know, but
right?
just in general.
So that one time where Ty did sidestep into forward 4-1, that should have maybe been his go-to.
That should have been there in general. But he's the kind of guy that doesn't like doing unsafe things. So he's a little bit like, I'm confident, like stubborn. Yeah. Like I can get it without risking myself.
Yeah, but in this, like, especially in those jackhammer situations,
for sure.
That should be your go-to. So it's like, in the moment, you're like, he has the muscle memory for jet upper. I sidestep jet upper. But going back, you know, he's the kind of guy who's going to go back, look at the types, like, okay,
of course.
Going forward in this situation, like, you know, like, how often do you play a Jack on the caliber of Anakin anymore?
Not often.
Like,
not often.
Jack is not a popular character in Tekken anymore. It's like,
he was everywhere in like season 1.
Season 1?
Jackie Tran,
yeah.
Anakin, Sane.
Mac, Naroma.
Joey.
He's got Gunny in Europe.
Oh, yeah, Goonie
in Europe. It's like, I feel like almost none of those players play Jack anymore
Times have changed.
Except for Anakin.
The poking style is still strong, but has definitely fallen out of favor, for sure. You know, thanks for watching these 2 sets of this, but we still got a few more games to go. Yep. Anakin's still got a lot more people he's got to, you know, test his skills against. But we're going to take a short break, so don't go anywhere. More Tekken action coming your way. See you in a bit.